Why you are growing bitter. Schopenhauer explains the psychology. Bitterness never proclaims itself. It accumulates, quietly, between what you had anticipated and what you got, and between the work that you had done and the reward which returned. The version returned to you was between the version you gave and the version you got back. Until the day that you find, or some other person who is in close contact with you finds, that something has hardened. The success of other people strikes with a load it never bore. The world then tells you were right more than it tells you were wrong. That is bitterness, and Schopenhauer was more learned in its architecture than anyone since. This is the place where it begins. All human beings are taking expectations that they did not willingly select. Silent, strong convictions of what hard work warrants, what loyalty earns. What owest the world to a person like you? No one is writing these. Majority of the population hardly knows of their existence, but will is ever thrusting ahead, always reaching. And when it goes out at other men, that this struggle shall not be fruitless, this self-sacrifice shall bear fruit, it has already made a certain investment in something which it cannot control. And each time the investment proves unsuccessful, each time the recognition is not forthcoming, the loyalty is not returned, the ledger takes note of this, not loudly, just accurately. Every disappointment noted, more and more evidence on a case the will has been waiting years to bring to light. The case constructed turns to be a lens. And it is this that makes bitterness escape so hard. A lens is not a lens. It is as though it is clear, such as seeing people as they really are. As having come to know by experience that the world is not so just as you once thought it was. Bitter person is not bitter in his experience. They are realistic, honest, appropriately calibrated. That would be what Schopenhauer would say the will guarding its ledger, choosing facts that are consistent with the entries, detecting infidelities and frustrations with an unusual accuracy, because that is what a mind planned on a crude grievance is made to detect. What lies beneath most bitterness and is hardly ever mentioned is another thing. The difference between who you thought you would be and who you are. The appreciation you anticipated came in part, or not at all. The variation of your own life that was to have come to pass by this time and hasn't quite. Bitterness is in most instances grief without permission to be grief. The death of a perceived future that was not directly grieved due to the fact that admitting that it mattered would mean admitting it was important. So it turned aside, outward. To the folk who appeared to have it all, to a world that undervalued you. Grief is more difficult than resentment. It turns loss into accusation, which is, at any rate like it, going somewhere. How do you navigate through it? The ledger would be a beginning with Schopenhauer. Not to discount it, the disappointments were actual. But to inquire truly whence was the expectation which preconditioned the disappointment, since there is no such thing as bitterness with no disappointed expectation. Find the expectation, name it, and ask, was the world ever bound to take it? In the majority of the cases, the will had created the expectation unilaterally. It constructed the investment without notifying the other party of the terms. Such appreciation shifts the origin. Out there where it cannot be handled to in here where something can be done with it. The more profound step that Schopenhauer thought the most potent is pity, not the performed variety. The real thing. The awareness that the men who filled your ledger, who refused the acknowledgement, who neglected the faithfulness, were the will in action also driven. With their own ledgers, too, they bore. Their expectations disappointed themselves. They had a case to build up on themselves as well as a failed world. They did not act on you. They were doing it out of the same state. Their powers of giving were limited by what the will had given to them, was in most instances not enough. Misery always has the sense of integrity. but it is sincerity with one eye shut. It views the failures in the world with accuracy. It is unable to regard the expectation that personalized those failures. It is not able to see the sorrow beyond the bitterness. It is not able to watch the will filing its cases darkly. Look at that clock come clear just once, and something changes. The ledger is not lost. You cease to add to it so automatically. You begin to mourn the things which are worthy of mourning rather than turning them into testimony. And gradually, without coming, the burden which bitterness bears is made to seem less yours. Get Schopenhauer lens, since clarity is its own peace.